Hey, what's up, Nerdgasm fans? Jerry here, aka Barnacules, and today I've got a treat for all you Android lovers out there. We're gonna unbox two brand spanking new. Just kidding. We're unboxing an iPad mini. My wife really wanted one for Christmas, and how am I gonna say no to her? I mean, she does things with me. Don't you think that deserves a little bonus? Alright guys, well here we have it. This is the new iPad mini, and this is the Retina version that just came out, 32 gigabyte silver. And so it's the old one didn't have a Retina display, this one does, and this one is supposed to have the latest processor in it too, which is really cool. So let's go ahead and open up and take a look inside. Now my wife, she has a Kindle Fire HDX, and she also has an original iPad, which we want to give to my son. So she likes small devices she can put in her purse, so she was pretty excited about this. So here's the device. You can see it's got a little bit of stuff on it. That's because I already let her take it out of the box and play with it for a little while. So I had to put it back in the box. I know these unboxings are so fraudulent. Oh my god. So let's go ahead and just set that aside for a minute. So here's the iPad. Now the first thing I noticed about this, guys, is it weighs nothing. I mean, compared to even the Nexus 7, it feels like it weighs about the same, maybe even a little lighter than the new Nexus 7. Get the dust off of it there. And it's actually larger. And it's got the metal back on it and everything. I mean, I don't even know how it's possible, to be quite honest with you. But it's very, very lightweight. It's very, very thin. And it's got a very, very nice screen. Hello. Hola. Alright, so right now it wants me to connect it to iTunes because it hasn't been initialized yet. My wife just looked at it, she didn't set it up. The cool thing is the screen on it is, I mean, I like the idea of the Retina screen. You know, it's really, really nice on the eyes. It's really easy to look at. And to give you some kind of a size comparison here, we'll go ahead and bring out, this is my iPad 4, so you can kind of get an idea of how much smaller it is with its uber high resolution screen. And, you know, it's nice because it's got the, you know, regular stuff. It's got a front-facing camera on it. It doesn't have the I wish they put the fingerprint login on the iPads, but they don't. They only put it on the iPhone 5S, which I think is really cool, and I wish it was on everything. But it's got the rear-facing camera. Of course, there's no flash on the tablet. And it's just very, very simple and sleek looking. Well, unfortunately, I want my wife to configure this, so we're not going to go into the configuration of it. Let's see what else is in the box. Alright, just like with most Apple products, it just comes with a couple little inserts, some stickers that you throw away. And you've got your lightning, what is it, Thunderbolt cable, which is their new fancy little connector that forced you to rebuy every single music dock in your house. And it comes with a USB power brick so you can charge the device a lot faster off the wall. But that's it. That's no frills packaging right there. That's all you get. Now, one thing I don't like about the iPads, they don't come with a set of earbuds. The iPhone comes with earbuds, but the iPad doesn't. I really wish that they'd put a pair of them earbuds in there. Now, just for a little size comparison here, we're going to take the iPad mini, set it next to the Google Nexus 7, then we'll put the iPad 4 right next to it here. And then for even more contrast here, we'll put a iPhone 5 up above it. And it kind of gives you an idea of the size of all the different tablets. Now, a quick specification overview. This is the new iPad mini 2 Retina. So, unlike the previous generation mini, this does have an A7 chip in it, which is 64-bit architecture, and it's got the M7 Motion coprocessor in it. So the graphics are amazing, and you really need that to drive the 7.9-inch screen. It has a 2048 by 1536 resolution, and it's an LED display, 326 points per inch, so that's what gives it the Retina classification. Has 1 gigabyte of RAM internal and 32 gigabytes of flash storage. You can get it up to 64 gigabytes, I believe. Actually, you know what? I don't remember. They might even make a 128 gig version of this, but the money you'd spend on it's just ridiculous. It's got a 5 megapixel rear-facing camera, and it's only an f2.4 aperture, so it's not quite as good as the camera that's on the iPhone 5S, but still a decent camera. And it's got the 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera. It's got a 23.8 watt-hour battery, which can sustain it for about 10 hours with Wi-Fi enabled, give or take. Or if you opt for the version that has cellular, you can get 9 hours out of it, which honestly, that's really good because cellular does pull a fair bit more power. It has dual microphones on it and dual stereo speakers, which is really cool. And of course, just like the rest, it supports 802.11, A, B, G, and N, and it has Bluetooth 4.0. And everything else on it is pretty much standard. I mean, the big thing on this is you get the Retina display, which is phenomenal. It's very, very lightweight. I mean, incredibly lightweight. And it's small enough that if you have a wife, it'll fit in her purse, or girlfriend, or significant other, or person you owe money. I mean, whatever. But it'll fit in their purse, handbag, won't fit in their wallet, pocket, whatever. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think it'll fit in a pocket, to be honest with you. The Nexus 7 barely fits in my pocket. Look how thin it is by comparison. Completely different aspect ratio on the screen. But I think for my wife, this is going to be a perfect device because it'll allow her to use all of her existing apps that she's using on her current iPad, which is a full-size iPad, and she never takes it anywhere because it doesn't fit in her purse. And then the other problem is iPad 4s weigh a ton. If you had an iPad 2 and you upgraded an iPad 4, the first thing you noticed was that the thing feels like it's one solid brick of metal. This is uncomfortable to hold for any period of time. You got to like lean it or lay it on something. This right here, I could hold in my hand like this all day long and it wouldn't hurt a bit. This thing is so lightweight. It's just amazing. So if you're looking for a good tablet and you're not a super Android fan, because if you're an Android fan, get the Nexus 7. It's phenomenal. But if you're an iOS fan, this does have the A7 chip. So basically, you've got all the power of an iPhone 5S and the new generation processor, 64-bit, all that stuff with a phenomenally high-resolution screen and a lightweight package that can go 10 hours on a battery. So you really can't go wrong with it, guys. Now, guys, I realize I usually do like a full review and give you my impressions on it, but the thing is the operating system on this hasn't changed. It still has the same iOS 7 that all of the other devices have. That experience isn't going to be any different. The thing that's going to be different is that it's got the A7 processor in it, so it's going to be a screamer. It's going to have all kinds of performance, and it's got that coprocessor in it, which is going to help out a lot, and it's got that phenomenally high-resolution screen. It's not uncommon to see devices with really high-resolution screens right now, though. The Nexus 7 has a phenomenal screen on it. The Kindle Fire HDX has a phenomenal screen on it, so you expect really high resolution in these small form factors now, as long as you're willing to put a little more money out. But the big thing for this for my wife is something small that'll fit in her purse, and she can take this anywhere. So now she can just pull this out of her purse if she's sitting at a Starbucks and, you know, drink her coffee and go and surf the web or read an ebook. She does have a Kindle Fire HDX for reading books, so I'd be a little surprised if she was reading books on this. But compared to the HDX, I mean, some experiences are better on this. She does prefer iOS over Android after using it for a period of time. But I honestly think she's really going to like it, and I'm personally shocked at how lightweight it is for the size, guys. And I love the aspect ratio of the screen. The cinema aspect ratio that you get with the Nexus 7 is actually really cool. And the Nexus 7 does have better stereo sound. But I do like this wider aspect. I don't know exactly which aspect ratio this is, but I like it when it's a wider screen like this, because when you're holding it in landscape or portrait, there's not a phenomenal impact. You're not going from super long to super wide. It's just subtle. And for some reason, I really like that. So guys, I'm going to keep this as just an unboxing video. I hope it gave you a nerdgasm. If you guys have other questions about this particular tablet, let me know. I will forward them to my wife. Not really. I'll be answering them myself. But the next thing I'm going to be unboxing is the iPad Air, and that is my tablet. So we will get a little more in depth with that one and actually set it up. So guys, hope the video gave you a nerdgasm. Till next time. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, favorite, and subscribe. It helps me a bunch. Also, come follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I love interacting with you guys.